Sorry, I accidentally pushed go live a little bit early, but either way, we'll get him coming in.
Hey guys, it's John Lynn Wrestling Talking Shop. Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do a live Dynamite review. They're on the build to Wrestle Dream, which is 4 days away. John Moxley opens up the show. To me, I would have watched NXT did the whole simulcast thing, NXT on one TV, but I don't have, like I said yesterday, I don't have the CW network, so I always have to catch it the day after. But sorry, I probably would have watched Dynamite anyway. But kind of an underwhelming show. It was good to see that Daniel Garcia re-signed. I believe that's a good sign for AEW, and we need to have guys like him. I think he's there, where he needs to be at. Of course, it would be kind of cool to see what WWE would do with him, but I'm glad he's in AEW. But like I said, John Moxley opens up the show with a promo about his match this coming Saturday with Bryan Danielson. And then backstage, we have Bryan Danielson comes on shortly after him and says, Claudio did an interview somewhere and says, this is going to be my last Dynamite match, and I'm going to take, tonight is not going to be my last Dynamite match. And basically, then Darby Allin comes out. He's cuts a pretty good promo on Brody King, talking about how back in the day they would run their independent days, and they stayed in crackhead motels is what he said. And then essentially that you bought your dad a house, and how I got Tony Khan to hire you and whatnot. And then they start brawling, and then Darby Allin gets a rock and just busts him open.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was just something. But and then backstage we have Don Callis. This is kind of a weird segment. We haven't seen Jake, and Jake looks good. Jake Roberts looks good, but he hasn't been on AEW TV much. He was on there. Yeah, he hadn't been on there in a long time, and it's kind of an odd segment. So it's maybe he's going away for a while, and maybe they realize that hey, he's not going to be on there, and so they essentially where he acquired Don Callis has acquired the services of Lance Archer for a trade, and I didn't even know that let's see, who were we looking for? What's their names? Mortis and Roosh. I didn't even know they were working for Don Callis, but I guess they were.
Yeah.
But anyways, and so now Lance Archer is with
Don Callis.
Yeah.
He's joined the family.
And then Renee says, tell us who you got. And he says, well, you like surprises? Well, yeah, I like surprises as well. So
everybody likes surprises.
Yeah, so I thought we maybe find out a later day. I didn't know we were going to find out in just a little bit. But then you got outside Daniel Garcia, and he's being interviewed by Renee, and that's where he's been at. He said he's got a lot to tell, but he's going to wait, get to the ring, and tell everyone. Which that's good, and I kind of knew, what it was leading towards, Wednesday, because I guarantee you he wouldn't be. We probably never will see the Lucha Brothers again on AEW because.
Probably not.
Even though. What are you glad
I'm
about?
glad that he's not leaving.
Oh, yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say we're glad you're not seeing the Lucha Brothers.
No,
I like the Lucha Brothers, but.
Well, you can still see them.
Yeah. Well, they're not. Tony Khan has added a year to their injury time, so they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to use them, which that's kind of odd. Tony Khan, you should use the talent. Just make the best. Maybe you could change their minds in a year. But anyway. Jeff Jarrett's on commentary tonight because Taz is recovering from total knee replacement. And so we got Jeff Jarrett with Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. And Hologram, who is now 13-0 versus Commander. Was this before?
Wait, this was before the match.
Yeah. So now he's 14-0, right?
Yeah.
So he got lots of high flying.
That was a good match.
It's lots of high flying.
Lots of submissions. Probably my favorite part of that match is where he walks.
Oh man, that was cool. That's sort of
and then Commander jumps up and grabs him his legs, and that was a really awesome spot. I enjoyed that part of it.
And then,
but he does get the win.
Yeah, he does get the win after the match.
Gets the win with the big spinning thing.
Oh yeah, great. Anyway, after the match, Jake is out there, and he's on the stage, and I'm like, what's he out here for now? Jake Roberts, he did have a time in AAA, so he knows a thing or two about luchadors. If you go back.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while, so
Back in
he comes out, and then Roosh, however you want to, and Mortis, and
I can't remember the other guy's name.
It's not. I don't. You know, I can't remember his name anyway. But forgive us for that.
Guy the goat man.
Yeah. Well, that's Mortis.
Yeah.
Mortos or
Mortos.
yeah. But anyway, they attacked them both, and then Jake raises his fist, and and then they all
with them, I guess.
and they all put their fists together. I mean, you probably won't see. The way AEW TV is booked, you probably won't see them much. I mean, you probably won't see Jake on there again. That's just my opinion. And those guys. And Roosh is good. And so is Mortis. I don't know how he wrestles with that mask on. I mean, that's really something.
I know during the summer series, he
wrestled
a lot.
Yeah, he wrestled a lot here in Arlington.
He was there heavy because he was on there all the time. He was definitely a workhorse.
Then we get a recap from last week. Mark Briscoe punching out Chris Jericho after bringing his brother in, and that is I guess we're gonna see a darker side of Mark Briscoe, which is good because he's kind of I like the Briscoes and I like Mark Briscoe, but he's kind of played into that hokey character. I want to see a more darker side, and I figure he'll get the win over Chris Jericho. We don't need to see Chris Jericho's Ring of Honor championship. I mean, he was world champion. So I'm sure he'll get the win there.
It definitely might be a good feud for him, though. Definitely.
Well, they're having a match.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's good for.
I wouldn't call it a feud.
Well, it might lengthen. I doubt it though.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it a feud. Well, we'll see. I mean,
you never know.
It could turn into a more match, more of a
feud.
Yeah, more of a feud. We'll see. And Daniel Garcia comes out, and he comes out and tells everyone, and he's the best wrestler in the world, which everybody claims to be the best wrestler in the world.
They're all the face of the company
too. And he wants to stay. We're the best wrestle. We're the best wrestle. And like I said before, that's great. I mean, I think Daniel Garcia should be a future. I'm not gonna say world champion. I mean, he could be. I mean, he could. I never seen Swerve. I didn't see Swerve becoming a AEW world champion, and by the time he won it, I was excited and looking forward. So I mean, I'm not gonna take that away from Danny Garcia. I mean, but I think he should have gold around his waist, and would like to see him, quite frankly, take the TNT title away from Scapegoat Jack Perry. But so I mean, we'll see how that goes, and then we get back. Swerve is gonna return for Wrestle Dream. And he's going to, I figure he'll end up turning on, what's his man? Prince Nana. I figure he'll end up turning on Prince Nana.
They kind of already laid the
laid and I figure he's going to go with MVP and probably be the leader of the Hurt Syndicate. We'll see. I mean, we still got Bobby Lashley to debut. I mean, he's coming.
What do you think they're going to call it?
The Hurt Syndicate.
They're going to call it Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Renee, she's working hard on this. She's all over this show.
She would.
She's backstage with Mercedes Monet, and Camille. Everyone backstage is high fiving.
And then they show Danny Garcia coming through and giving him
and Shibata says after Saturday he will be the TNT champion. Well, he's not going to be. I mean, Shibata's not. I mean, Jack Perry's going to win. I mean, I don't see Shibata. It ought to be a good match, but I don't see that. I mean, like I said, I don't see Shibata winning that. But then we got Mariah May at commentary. And Willow Nightingale, I guess DMD, they said she was not medically cleared to travel. Is that what they said?
Yeah,
is that what they said? Yeah. She's not medically cleared to travel. So then we get a Willow Nightingale versus Saraya, Nyla Rose, and Jamie Hayter. And Mariah says that Jamie is starting Halloween early by dressing like was it
Daphne from Scooby-Doo? Yeah, I laughed at that.
And that was, she said it a couple of times.
She's pretty spot on with that, because definitely.
I know, we all knew that Willow Nightingale was going to win. I guess this means that Willow Nightingale would have beat Britt Baker. I mean, I would assume, I don't think plans changed because, they might have, but I don't think plans changed because Britt Baker wasn't there. But
No, I mean, they're lining her up to go against Mariah. So
who?
Willow.
Oh yeah, she's and I don't see her. I think Mariah May will definitely get past her. Willow Nightingale. It should be a good match, but I don't see her taking the title away from Mariah May.
I like Willow.
Yeah. And then we get Jay White. Jay White, good. Back to see him. Back, maybe he can stay healthy. And then we get Jay White, and he's facing a local talent. His name was Cody Shun or something like that. And that. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, I was looking forward to the promo afterwards, that. And then I wasn't really expecting this, but Jay White calls out Adam Page. It says he's gonna. So we got that match. Tony Khan has made it official. It's gonna be Adam Page versus Jay White. And then Jay White said he's going to get past him, and he's looking for gold around his waist after that. So,
everybody's after gold tonight.
Yeah, everybody's after gold. Then we get a backstage segment with Hook, and he calls out who's ever attacked. He said he's going to be right here. We never did get to see who. I guess he's going to wait right there, and maybe we'll find out Saturday. But Hook, he's still sitting there waiting to find out who caused out who attacked his father. But then Kip Sabian comes by, and he basically puts him up against the wall and says, and he says, Kip Sabian's just kind of goofy, oh, let me go. And Christian walks up. And I think this is, so I've seen a guy comment this on Facebook that, what do you got going on?
Nothing.
Oh. I seen this guy comment this on Facebook where Hook is going to go with Christian. And I think, I'm looking forward to that. I think that will be a cool thing. So, I mean, Christian, looking forward to Christian, and maybe they'll partner him up with Hook or whatnot, and I think it would be cool to find out that Christian did attack Taz, and Christian says basically, I sympathize with you because I lost, or Killswitch I lost him to a medical issue, which is a real issue. They said he had like his blood poisoning was something, he had pneumonia. Yeah, I mean, he was, I mean, it may be a while before we see Killswitch or Luchasaurus or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. And then backstage, you get Mariah May. She's been interviewed by Renee. And then out of nowhere comes Willow. And she basically like tackles her out of nowhere. And then says, knocks Mariah down. And then says, Saturday I will become the Women's World Champion. Which, and then we get...
trying to show dark.
Yeah.
Not all rainbows and sprinkles.
Yeah. Then we get Mercedes Moné versus, what's that? Ima Suka?
Don't give me a line.
Sakura, yeah.
I can't never say it right.
Yeah, well, like I said, forgive us for we're
that was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was a very good match. And after the match, they basically they attacked her, right? And then Chris Statlander, I guess she's all of a sudden a face now. I guess her and Stokely Hathaway have broken up. I didn't quite understand that. I mean, so I guess
kind of a sudden turn there.
Yeah, I mean, we went from
this bad girl,
and now she comes out and makes a save on her, and. So that's going to be Mercedes. That's what I got. Yeah, I got the other phone. Look up the card. I think that's Mercedes and not Will Nightingale, but Chris Statlander. But then we got backstage. We got Stokely Hathaway, and he's trying to recruit Private Party, and Private Party basically says, "No, we've been here for 5 years, and we've been doing good for the last 2 weeks. And now everybody's wanting to come in." And basically turns him down. He says, "All right, guys. Well, that's your call, make that call." So they basically, and I would like to see the AEW rebuild their tag team division. I mean, we need to get more. I would really like to see Private Party. I mean, I don't think the Young Bucks need the tag titles. I mean, they're doing the whole EVP deal. I guess have we dropped that? I haven't really seen much of that in a while. So I mean, that would. So I'm looking forward to maybe I know Private Party's not going to win the tag titles, but it would be cool to see them win the tag titles. And. We get Tony Schiavone. He's interviewing Will Ospreay in the ring, and Don Callis comes out. And boy, I don't know if they pop that in or not. Do they? What do you think? They pop that in, or they?
I don't know.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Probably.
I got it on the store phone over there. If you, but anyway, and he says, "You want to hear talk to him about that a little bit." I'm gonna go grab that phone. We'll talk to him about. I'm gonna grab that phone.
Oh, about Don Callis.
Yeah.
That was probably the best spot of the night, honestly. Where Ospreay, he comes out and he wants to talk. He calls Don out to the ring and tells him he is accusing him of basically interfering in his match last week. And,
he just basically says, and then Don Callis finally admits to it. I traded you for the best wrestler, or traded the best wrestler in the world for you, and which I mean they're equally. I mean Kenny Omega is great, so. But Don Callis is great too. You got some.
Tim Robinson, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? But so anyway, and then we get a whole Don Callis and segment there, and
Tim says he hates the Young Bucks.
He hates the Young Bucks.
I like the Young Bucks.
They are what they are. I like them. I mean, they're not. I don't know.
We love to hate them.
Yeah, I mean, I like them. I like the whole. I don't really like the EVP thing. I really liked it, but I liked them when they were the Young Bucks. But Anyway, so finally Don Callis finally admits to taking out. I gave Shakesna the. He said, "Was that?"
Yeah, he gave him the.
Okay, to go
I
out.
did it.
Yeah, and then they basically Takeshita comes out and he's taking they're taking out Will Ospreay and then we get Kyle Fletcher. He comes out and that's going to be an interesting deal. I figure Kyle Fletcher will probably turn on Will Ospreay. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know for sure. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, they're teasing it. They're building it up. They're building a slow build. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
I mean, they honestly haven't been together that long.
Well, they're not really. They used to be a tag team before. Yeah. They're not really together now. They're just.
Right.
I mean.
It's just kind of like a.
So we'll see. But basically, he gives him a screwdriver, and which that's a really I mean. Do we need screwdrivers? I mean, stabbing people with screwdrivers.
Brutal.
Yeah, it's a little brutal. It's a little brutal. I mean, it's a little brutal.
It makes a statement.
Yeah, and then anyways, he's not going to do it. Then Ricochet comes out, and I didn't realize that it was a triple threat match. So that's probably still the show there. It's going to be Shakesna versus Will Ospreay versus Ricochet, but that ought to still the show there.
I'll make it 4-way and add Kyle in there.
Well, Kyle is not. He's not.
I know.
They're
friends right now.
But they're on separate. They've been friends. They've just on separate things. He didn't stab him in the head with a screwdriver.
He might though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We get to the main event. Like I said, main event. Not much here. I guess we get Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta versus Pac and Claudio, and they basically beat poor Bryan Danielson up, and they just beat him all over, and then. Wheeler gets in there and he gets in there, and then we get the whole segment where I figured that Wheeler is going to turn heel on Bryan Danielson. That's maybe I'm looking too much into it. I'm thinking everybody's going to turn on everybody. That's just my opinion. But it didn't happen tonight. We'll see what happens Saturday.
Yeah, the whole match, he's like, he's fixing a turn.
Yeah, I figured he would do the whole deal where he drops down off the ring apron, but he didn't. So
he didn't. He's still a good guy.
And he ended up getting paid. He got beat up pretty good for
being a good guy.
Yeah, for being a good guy, but
doesn't always pay, I guess.
And then, like I said, pretty underwhelming show to me. I mean, I'm looking forward. AEW always puts on good pay-per-views, but I don't know. I'm sort of down on the product right now. I mean, we need to do something. Maybe Shane McMahon, if Shane McMahon debuts at Wrestle Dream, maybe we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, we'll get into predictions for the. So we got Mark for Wrestle Dream here. We got Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho. Who do you think's going to win?
Probably Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho is not going to beat Mark Briscoe. We've already he's already been to ROH Championship. We don't need that. Yeah. But Darby Allin versus Brody King. What's your thoughts?
Oh, probably Darby.
Yeah, Darby Allin needs a win. He needs a win after that He gave up his world title. He would have been, he had a shot at the world champion, but he gave it up, But then we got Jack Perry versus Shibata. Who do you think?
Oh, I think I'm going to say Jack Perry's going to retain there.
Yeah, Jack Perry. Okay. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Takeshita. Who do you think?
I think Will Ospreay.
I think Will Ospreay probably retain, but deep down I kind of want to see Takeshita win it. That's my thought. I'm going with Will Ospreay. Then we got the Young Bucks versus Private Party.
Young Bucks are retaining.
Yeah, I'd like to see Private Party win. Mariah May versus...
I just don't think Private Party is there yet.
Well, they've been there 5 years.
They've been there a long
5
time,
years. They're there.
I mean,
they deserve it. I mean,
I'm not saying they haven't
we're
worked
not booking
for it, but I don't think they have the marketability.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe.
We need to do something. Get those tag titles on FTR or something. I don't know. It's that. I mean, that tag team division is way down to where compared to where it was. But anyway, we've got Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. What's your...
I think... Well, I would like to see Willow win, but I don't think she's going to.
Okay. I mean, you're honest.
My personal opinion, I want her to win, but I don't think she will.
No,
I think it's going to be Mariah retain. I don't think they're going to take that off of her that quick. She hasn't had it that long. So,
and then we've got...
What do you think on that?
Oh, Mariah May. I mean, Willow Nightingale's a good TBS champion. She's not. I mean, she probably will be a world champion, but she's not there. I figure she probably your next AEW Women's World Champion will probably be Mercedes or
Britt Baker.
No, Britt Baker. I don't know.
Jamie.
Jamie Hayter. That's what I was looking for.
I mean, she was gone for so long, so they kind of having to build her back.
I figure Jamie Hayter will probably take the title off. Then we go to Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White.
Probably Jay.
Jay, I don't know. Hangman Adam Page he's looking pretty tough. He's looking pretty.
What do you think? You think Page?
I don't know. That's a hard one to call because both guys need it.
I'm saying that
Hangman Adam Page, he just beat Swerve, in the whole.
Yeah.
So probably Jay. I'm gonna go with Jay White. We
He
got
needs it more.
Bryan Danielson putting up his career in his AEW World Heavyweight Championship versus Jon Moxley. What's your?
They're probably gonna. I think it's gonna change to.
Yeah, I figure he's gonna.
Because I just don't think Bryan's.
Jon Moxley's walking around telling everybody, I've got to win this title. It's. I love you, Bryan, but I'm not doing this for. It's not. But so I figure that's. I figure that's where we're headed. I figure Jon Moxley will win the title, and it's not. Bryan Danielson has said that it's not his full-time career is over. He's not saying that I've heard him say
he's never wrestling again.
Yeah, he's saying he may never retire, but we'll see. Maybe.
He probably just didn't want to.
So I figured that Swerve will come back and he'll probably start. Well, they've already announced that he's coming back, and he's going to start the whole build to going with MVP and whatnot. And then Jon Moxley, I figure Shane McMahon. I don't know what it's going to do for it. It'll be an immediate bump, but it's all about how they turn it into stories. How can they make it must-watch TV? And so we'll see how it plays out.
What are they gonna do with him though?
He's gonna be like a modern,
manager,
like an NWO thing, because Claudio is WWE, Jon Moxley's from WWE, Pac is from WWE. It's kind of like an invasion, almost.
Invasion angle.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a modern day NWO. I don't know that's. We'll see, but that sure feels like that's what we're headed. With Shane McMahon. It sure feels like that's where he's headed. So we'll see. Maybe it'll do good. He's a big name, so big names can't hurt.
Definitely on a draw for him.
Yep.
Wrestle Dream looks like a pretty good.
Oh yeah, AEW they do not disappoint with these pay-per-views. They're
everyone we've been to.
Everyone we've been to or watched. They're well worth the $50 or $40, whatever it is. But any questions or comments?
I don't see anything else.
All right, guys.
Now.
We appreciate you watching. We do all things pro wrestling on the channel. Check us out. Watch a lot. We go to a lot of wrestling. We do daily videos. But anyways, thanks for watching.
Got some cool stuff coming up too. We'll be posting our tour.
Yeah.
We're doing
don't give it away here yet.
Anyways, you'll see it soon.
Yeah. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.